Hello and welcome back to War Thunder with General C 1942. Today we're actually looking at War Thunder Air Forces. I'm actually flying out the Ju-87 D-5 Stuka in realistic battles. This is going to be a bit of a long video. I will warn you guys that right now. Don't think of any like massive air kills. This is, not air kills, ground kills. This is Sicily. And it's realistic. I mean, there's a ton of ground units to attack. I'm carrying bombs, but unfortunately, what's odd is I'll sit and rant about this for a few minutes while you just see me floating on the Stuka for about 5 to 10 minutes getting to the target, is in regular realistic air battles, I cannot hit anything even if I wanted to. I can't. I don't know what it is. I just can't hit a target when I want to. When I'm not wanting to hit a target, I nail them every time. As to weirdness, it only applies to realistic air battles in the Stuka because in realistic combined arms, I can put a bomb on target every single time. So it's a bit annoying from my perspective in realistic that I can't hit a freaking AI, but I can nail a player tank on the move. I mean, I'm not sitting here at the D5's battle rating of 3.3. This video is of effective battle rating in 1.45, not 1.47. It just so happens that this video is going to be posted after 1.47, which at the time of recording would actually be released tomorrow, actually, from the point this video is recording. So put it at the 23rd of February. So if you want to take the video from when I actually get it uploaded, you can from there. But no, I'm not doing the killing of player tanks at 3.3 battle rating, because at that rate, because the 500 kilogram and two 250 kilogram bombs, I could just kill them through detonation radius. It doesn't matter. At this point in time, it's important to note that one of the enemy team's Spitfires is already down. I mean, I have the advantage now of seeing what the enemy was flying, but I didn't have that obviously at the beginning. It's a realistic battle. I'm just kind of going on target. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, where I fly the D5. I fly the D5 in combination with my Tiger 2s and everything at battle rating 6.7. So it's not like I'm sitting there clubbing like Stuarts and early M4s in the D5. No, I'm going up against real serious stuff like ISs, T-32s, Sherman Jumbos, things like that. I'm not clubbing low tier with the D5. I think that's unfair because this thing's bomb load. Because again, just landing a bomb anywhere near a tank will nail it, even the 250 kilogram. The 500 kilogram, it doesn't matter, even at tier 4 or 5, if I hit anywhere near it, because it's effectively over 1,000-pound bomb, it doesn't much matter. If I get anywhere near the target, it detonates it. So, the 500 kilogram is a bit trollish on the Stuka, but the two 250s need to aim a lot more accurately. And that being said, I'm just loitering around. As you can see on the map, I am almost the enemy ground units. Here's where I believe I start making my descent. Yes, I am slowly making my descent, slowly gaining speed. I'm not going after the bombers, I'm just going to try and bomb something. I will have you note that I got really, really lucky with the matchmaking of this particular match, because I'm basically top dog. My Stuka and a couple of F2 109s are the high tiers. We are the kings of this match. I mean, there are a couple of things in the enemy team which are actually higher battle ratings, such as the Spitfire Mark II-B, the B-25J1, for example, P-400s, I believe, also higher battle rating. But for the German team, I am top dog, or one of the 3 top dogs, I should say. No, I adore this aircraft. I will continue on about the Stuka. I have started really using this thing because of its maneuverability. I'm trying to keep speed down to a minimum while diving so I can potentially hit a target. Here we go. I start losing speed, start straightening out. I've been having trouble bombing tanks all day, so what I do is there are enemy fighters nearby. I just drop to 50 kilograms, I do nail the artillery with one of them. I didn't realize this until now, but 110 is shot on a Spitfire, and that said 110 has now been shot on by a P400. Now here, going for a bombing run on tank column. I've got the 500 kilogram bomb left, and I nail a tank. That's actually one of the first tanks I had nailed in this particular session. I've been playing the Stuka for almost 5 hours at this point. Well, not 5 hours, 3 hours, sorry. Thinking of something else. So I just start mowing down ground units at this point. I've got the ammunition, there are no enemy fighters anywhere near me, so I just start going after anti-aircraft AAA, and light anti-aircraft. Then I start focusing on artillery pieces. I've already got a ground wind streak of 6. I'm just continuing to go straight front. I'm not making the best use of my ammunition, but this thing is over 500 rounds per gun. A fighter head-on passes me. I forgot about this, and I've just scored my first aerial kill for this game. So down goes a enemy P-36G Hawk, which decided to head on past the D-5 Stuka with its twin MG-151s. I now have a ground wind streak of 8. I'm just nailing artillery and soft targets. I'm out of bombs, so I'm not going to bother with heavy targets. The Stuka doesn't have high velocity armor piercing like the German 37, 50, and 75mm aircraft guns do, so I can't really pin the Shermans even at a 30-degree dive. So I'm just, again, attacking soft targets. With a wind streak of 11, effective. A enemy P-39 has crashed. There's a couple, our Junkers 88 is tearing up some ground units, his nil to medium tanks. I'm still just loitering around, killing soft targets, artillery, anti-tank, anti-aircraft. With some shots there. With the artillery. Ground wind streak of 16. I mean, this isn't very difficult. The enemy fighters leave me basically completely unmolested. And that's when I see this. Hold on, if it will let me stop that, it's not letting me. There's a Spitfire over here, which intrigues me. The game is not letting me show you it, unfortunately. Here we go. No, that's not Osprey. That's a P400, I believe. Can I remember it? Yep, that is indeed a P400. What about the Stuka is its ridiculous maneuverability. Unfortunately, my accuracy here isn't that good, and this cost me in the end because it's just wasting ammunition. Now this 110 pilot's doing everything he can to get this P400 off of 6. Unfortunately, he goes down from the P400, hits the ground, probably due to maneuvering and lost tail control in maneuver. That happened to me quite a few times in the 110. There's yet another enemy fighter closing in on my 6. I deploy landing flaps on the Stuka, turn hard right, fired Spitfire, did a few hits on him. The Spitfire's not P400. Can't tell. It's missed a couple days since this replay, so I apologize. I got more hits on him, but wasted a lot of ammunition there. And our AIs are being cut down by another P-36G. I'm going after this target. That's the P-400. Okay, it was a Spitfire. Okay, I was correct. A 110 nails the Spitfire, so now I'm just left going after this P-400 over here. And I wish you could see the chat from this game, because the chat from this game was also really good. But shooting at the P400, friendly 110's trying to get him. He has been critically damaged. And I'm leaving the target alone. I want to see if it goes down. And yep, I was validated with that. Another P400 has just appeared. I break off to the other P400. The 110 has got the P400 to my front. might be a lot. This P400 decided to enter a turn fight with the Stuka, which is a mistake. Never enter a turn fight. There we go, critical damage. I do believe that was his tail control, which no, that was the tip of his wing. Never mind. And he tries to recover right there, but I set him on fire. Little glitch, sorry about that. Bit of lag. Another bit of lag. I apologize for this, the server was being a bit wonky for me. P400's going down, his engine's gone. I have to deal with this P400 anyway. Refocus on this one, because the other P400 has decided just to leave me alone. I don't know what's causing the lag, I apologize guys. I just break off of that one, it's not worth my time nor effort. I know he's going down, his engine was critically hit, wing controls are gone. I noticed by the fact he's ever losing altitude that he's not going to recover. Pursuing him is just going to be a waste of my time. And just waiting for it because there is an enemy fighter going after him. I believe it's one of the F2s. But the P400's so far gone. And there we go. There is me getting Fighter Rescuer, Avenger, and my professional times 2. AFC Mickey is also just nailed the other P400 that I was engaging earlier. So that leaves me and him with separately 2 kills each. The P400 I shot down had actually been the enemy team's best player. There are 2 enemy players still active, and at this point in time is when I realized I had only 1 round of cannon ammunition and I believe my right gun. Had I been engaged once more, I could not fight back. I'd only have 1 round to expend unless I got really lucky and pilot sniped or shot off the person's wing, which is highly unlikely since I had armor-piercing shells loaded. Or I should say ground attack shells loaded. That again, I can't set people on fire with armor-piercing incendiary. So I was hoping for some light armor to kill with a 20mm. That didn't happen, I got Shermans. Is it Sicily? But anyway, I digress. Back to the main subject. So I come in for a landing. I believe Mickey is also coming in for a landing. He's off to my immediate left somewhere. The 109s have started actually attacking ground units out of boredom. No fault to the 109s. We hadn't seen either of these 2 enemy players. Actually, I think we've seen one of the enemy players. Actually, no, we would have seen both of them, since one has an AI kill and one has an assist. So, I don't know if the 109s were just unaware of their presence, or weren't paying attention to combat messages. But they're not hunting the 2 enemy pilots. I'm going in for a landing, go rearm bombs, maybe hit a few more ground targets. As is, I'm leading the score with ground target kills, with 16 ground targets destroyed. And I'm also on the top of the leaderboard because of that. I also have the 2 aerial kills. It's supposed to be it's a bit boring to watch Stuka land, so the cut speed, flaps down. I mean, nice and slow because the Stuka is incredibly, incredibly low stall speed. Okay, nice and slow. There is Mickey in his 110, also coming in for landing, I believe. I'll speed this up until I come to a crawl. If that's indeed Mickey, he comes in for landing. And he comes in nice, and then he tries and turns, and he rips his gear off. I repair, I rearm. Got 3 bombs. Go to take off. Doesn't take long again. Stuka takes off really nicely. That's a bit of a glitch. I do actually have 3 bombs here. Hey, there you go. Mickey's back on the runway. He's taking off now. Another one of our 109s has also landed, I believe. Yep, there he is, still rearming. I go off to attack the tank column on the left. I'm going to speed this up. I should have done this originally because, again, over 25 minutes of me babbling on. And War Thunder? Okay, here we go. Here's the first thing. The last friendly fighter out has just been critically damaged by a Hurricane Mark II. And has also just been shot down. So I go for the nearest ground targets, hammer the throttle. Of course, in the Stuka, that doesn't make much of a difference, so I just continue loitering about climbing. Go to make a attack run on these medium tanks. They're still about 8 kilometers out, so speed times 4. Again, altitude to about 1,000 meters. Level off, decide speed's more important than altitude at this point. Tanks are right over there. Slow down speed, this is where it all gets a little more interesting. These are the tanks. I'm debating how I want to attack them. And I just decide to dive down. It makes no difference to me. And again, try for lead angle. Drop the bombs. And they miss horrendously. But I did nail one medium tank just by the fact it was standing still and the 5 kilogram hit it. So now the Hurricane has been spotted by, I believe, Mickey at this point in time. Actually, no, he was spotted by the other 109F, the F1, I believe, or was it the F2? I can't remember. And he just got shot down by a P-36G Hawk. So this is when I knew what both the enemy team were flying. I had a Hurricane Mark II-B and a P-36G I had to contend with. So I know where they were because the 109 was dogfighting at least the P-36. So I head for his last known location, all the while trying to gain some altitude. I'll increase speed just a bit as I'm entering the hunt. Only 4 minutes of combat here before this game ended. Above me, you see one of my AIs. I'm still flying. I believe Mickey is still near me. I can't remember the location, unfortunately. I'm following a dot at this point, I believe. I'm just flying a straight line. Actually, no, I'm flying a straight line because our 109 actually had died near their airfield. And I was wary of going really close to their airfield. But thankfully I didn't have to do that. I spot a target. And I start pursuing. Yeah, I'm really nervous about getting too close to the enemy's airfield. I hate going near enemy airfields, A, because it's a bit unsportsmanlike to kill an aircraft on the ground. B, the flak jacket is horrendous. But that's no problem. I have spotted the Hurricane Mark II-B. He was lower than me. I waste a lot of ammunition. No solid hits. Hurricane enters the vertical. Can't maintain the vertical. I can admit my Stuka doesn't like to keep the vertical either. Hurricane tries to get at my 6. Roll right back up into the vertical. Because while I can outturn a Hurricane in the horizontal, I don't want to try my luck. Let's pull it right in the vertical. Open fire. At this point, the Hurricane has two problems. Mickey's just come in as 110, and he's dogfighting a Stuka. Hurricane rolls right up into a turn I match. I wasted a little too much ammunition there. There we go. That time was solid hits. And knock out the enemy Hurricane. Now the P-36, arriving all too late to help his friend, decides to head on past my Stuka. This cost him his engine, and I surprisingly took no damage in this fight, and then the P-36 commits to a turn fight in the horizontal against a Stuka, thinks against it, tries to fly away, then re-enters the horizontal, tries to dive. At this point it's too little too late, I've hurt its engine. And there he goes, tail control's gone. I have to put a few more shots just to make sure it can't recover. And there we go, fourth kill in a Junkers Ju-87 D-5 Stuka. Now, a lot of people do say this aircraft is a bit overpowered, and I will agree with them. I don't think I'd have this result if I was in well, I might have this result if I was in 109, but just the maneuverability of this Stuka, plus its firepower, and the amount of ammunition. It has 500 rounds per gun in both the MG 151s, which is a bit ridiculous considering that most German fighters only carry about 150 rounds for the MG 151. Actually, no, I think more. 250, I think, actually, now I think about it. I should be ashamed of myself. I fly mostly German aircraft. I should know this. But yeah, no, in capable hands, I do believe the D-5 is a very potent fighter. I had actually been having a whole day of matches like this, where I'd kill 2 or 3 targets in my Stuka, and it is seal clubbing, because unlike my games in realistic, in realistic tank battles, where I take this thing out with Tiger 2s and with its matchmaking of 6.0 in realistic, it's not impossible for it to face jets once enemy players start spawning an aircraft, if they've got the points. So it's not massively imbalanced there. It's the D-5 here in realistic, in competent hands. A lot of people don't use the Stuka for what they don't know how to abuse the Stuka, basically, like I do. And I'll admit that I was being a bit of a douchebag. I was having really bad games high tier. I decided, I'll go in the D5, have a bit of fun. And again, really competent hands, the D5 is a really good aircraft. And a lot of people don't know how to fight a dogfighting D5. Because, like, the Spitfires, for example, can outturn basically anything German with this tier in the horizontal. They can't outturn a Stuka. I did have a match, I unfortunately did not save the replay, so I cannot show it to you, where I was dogfighting a Spitfire. We were equally matched. It was just that through my use of flaps and basically stalling him out, that I was able to kill him, because the Stuka is really low stall speed compared to that of Spitfires, which isn't that much higher. I could still use it against me. I did, unfortunately, overheat my engine, and I was just about to crash when the game ended. So, that's that. But a little tip for you guys if you are fighting a Stuka. Especially if you've got anything speed, if you are diving on a Stuka, don't fight it in a turn. Don't try, they'll just bleed you speed. And the Stuka can, if it uses flaps, or even just in a hard enough turn, can outturn you. My recommendation is fight it in the vertical. Nose right back up. The Stuka will not be able to follow you in a climb. Trust me, I know this. A Stuka will bleed a lot of speed trying to maneuver at all, moving in the vertical, trying to go up. And it's continually boom and zoom it, because don't dogfight it. Just save yourself the trouble, save yourself the lions, and save yourself the kind of indignity of dying to a Stuka. But anyway, guys, enough of my rant concluding here. What else do I have to say? Again, if you think what I did was a bit unfair, a bit cruel, leave it in the comments. I don't mind. I mean, I will admit myself I was seal clubbing. I was having bad luck, so I decided I'm going to have some fun. So I'll just have that little disclaimer. But anyway, guys, that concludes this episode of War Thunder with General C 942. Sorry about that. And I'll catch you all in the next episode. See ya.